Getting about those, thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Memphis coming at you live from the West Coast yet again, San Jose, California. So let's look at this breaking news, some more leaks. I honestly think Harley's probably leaking these images on their own because some of these photos look really, really good. I think Harley's probably leaking them, and just seeing the feedback. I believe there's a reason why we don't see the road glide on here, because it is hideous. The 2024, the new CVO road glide looks absolutely hideous. I believe they should call it like the whale shark nose fairing or something like that. They're probably redesigning it based off of the feedback from the leaks, I'm hoping, but the street glide looks absolutely amazing. So this is from Cycle World. This is from Cycle World. Usually we get motorcycle.com to provide these leaks, but man, look at this bike. It is absolutely gorgeous. I really like what they're doing. I like that new modern batwing fairing. It's been untouched since the 60s. Yeah, I believe since the 60s it's been untouched. I'm glad that they're redoing it. I really like what they did here. Of course, you have some LEDs right here, a super bright headlight. I believe this is slash like a passing light and a turning light, so this probably turns amber somewhere along this little strip of LED when when your turn signals are turned on. But let's start out with the front. Of course, new batwing fairing, a new windshield, very, very nice. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. Of course, inverted forks, dual disc brakes, Brembo. I mean, they've always used Brembo brakes, but of course they rebrand it with Harley badging. So we could also see the radiator is also upgraded as well, oil cooled. So maybe it's gonna run a little bit cooler. Maybe because it's a 121, you want to keep it reliable, and I believe this is probably what Harley's doing to kind of keep the engine reliable and then have it with that extra performance of a 121 VVT. We know it's got a VVT. So an absolutely good looking bike all the way around. There was rumors about it being monoshock. I don't know based off of these images. Probably not, because that would be an absolute overhaul of the overall frame. Of course, they haven't done anything with this frame since 2009. This is the same frame from the twin cams. They haven't done anything as far as like the soft tails and the Dynas. The soft tails, it's a complete 100% new frame, new everything since 2018. So they haven't really done much with this other than based off of what they're doing with this one. Of course, radiator, oil cooler, of course, inverted forks, and the VVT. New fairings, probably, depending on what they decide to do with the road glide. And you could also see the saddlebags are also chopped, which is it's nice. I really like the chopped look on these. If you guys check them out, aftermarket options, or even if you take some old school saddlebags and chop them, you guys already know what that looks like. They're mainly for, of course, wheeling the bike, more of a stunt riding sort of deal. I like the overall look. So CVO, nice, huge seat, of course. And you have something right here. I can't really tell what this is. There's something new here. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments can probably figure it out. But you can see an absolute banger of a motorcycle. You guys let me know how much is this going to be retailed at. Probably, I mean, if the 125th edition is what, $52,000, this might just be a little bit above that. Maybe it's going to be $60,000. But honestly, the ST should have looked something similar to this. Inverted forks, 117, chopped saddlebags. That would have been very neat. I don't know. I mean, I think the ST should be similar to this overall style. Maybe without the 121, probably. But man, if the ST looks like this in 2024 with the inverted forks, of course, the chopped saddlebags, and a 117, sign me up. I'm 100% for it. This is but at the same price though, at the $29,000 mark. That's one of the things that I got to put in there. So, of course, check out this article from Cycle World. You can see, from the back of the bike, These might be LEDs as well, so they've added, you know, what we've seen with custom dynamics, what they've been doing, you know, sort of, you know, some type of deal like that. It appears that it doesn't have that tail light anymore. I don't know so far. I would like to have the third light and these vertical lights. That would be pretty neat, but maybe you'll be able to, you know, pick something up as far as, you know, aftermarket. But you can see that that special chrome, black chrome exhaust on this. A very good looking bike. I mean, it's fantastic. You could also see the VVT cover right here, the 121 badging, that air breather, inverted forks. What else do they got? I don't really see much other than, of course, the chopped saddlebags. A very good looking bike. And it looks like the infotainment system might be slightly larger as well. This looks a little bit bigger. Of course, you know, it's an odd angle, but it looks like the infotainment system might be slightly bigger. So, man, this is a very good looking bike. It looks like even the vertical covers for the fender and the saddlebags, that also looks to have that same shape down right here. You guys can probably see it. Oh, let me, you know, move this up a little bit. You can see the shape right here. It flows in very nicely. The fit and finish is, you know, it's amazing. Like I said, man, this bike is beautiful. You can also see the controls are also, you know, different. The hand controls. So they've modified the controls. We might have riding modes on this, because I mean, check this out. I wish I could, you know, zoom in. Check it out in the article. Maybe I can. Let's go ahead and see if we can zoom in a little bit. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, we can't. So that's the closest it's gonna be. New hand controls. We have a little bit something else in there. That's all new right there. You know, hand warmers, grip warmers, whatever you want to put it. It's also there. A huge seat, of course. Man, this bike is it's a very good looking bike. You could even see the badging at the tips too. The barn shield. I'm telling you guys, the fit and finish of this bike, probably a $60,000 bike. So unfortunately, I can't afford it. Like most Americans, we ain't gonna be able to afford it until probably 10 years from now. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys want to go in here, check out some of these you know, details. They don't really have much. I kind of glanced through it. It's stuff that we've already know. It's stuff that I've already mentioned. But let's look at the comments. It just gets crazier that this what will this cost? $60,000? Most likely, yes. Went off the wrong direction with things. I mean, the shrinking demo and market share with business models that will that make that self-fulfilling, that make that I can't really, I don't know, but 60,000, I mean, it is what it is. Obviously not everybody's going to be able to afford this bike, but like I said, if they could bring some of these components to the ST or the standard, you know, that would be nice. And if they could, you know, keep the price, we know it's not going to be the same, because we saw what they did for the 2023s, the 2022s. They removed ABS standard and then they kept the price of it with, you know, those rider assists and stuff like that. So, and then of course, if you guys seen some of the interviews with Johan, I can't really pronounce his last name, Zeitz, I believe. He mentioned that before he took over, Harley was, you know, losing money on these bikes because they were undercutting the price, and we saw that price increase for the Street Bob. Now it's over 16,000. The Street Bob used to be 14.4, 14.5 for the longest, but as soon as Johan took over, we saw, I guess, more of a realistic price based off of whatever they're manufacturing. But I mean, I don't want to get into that stuff about made in America with these Harleys. They're assembled. We know they're assembled here in the United States, but a lot of the components are made in China, Taiwan, you know, other locations. So let's go ahead. Upside down forks, inverted forks, yes. I'll buy used in a few years, save 20 to 30,000. Probably 20 to 30 on markup. So we'll probably see the markup and the you know, the interest, maybe depending on how the economy is doing by next year. probably not $30,000 saved, because of course Harleys do, hold their value, but we'll probably see a discount of probably 10 to 20,000 because of the markup, the markup that these dealers are going to have on these bikes. So the new ST is going to be popular, especially with the CVO 117. That's already happening since last year, dude. I'm not sure what where you've been at for the last 2 years. The STs do have the CVO 117. First glimpse, I thought it was a Honda. What? Nah. Why? Because of the silver? I don't think so. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Did someone by accident park a BMW GS outside HD one day? Someone nicked the spoked wheels and variable valve timing. I mean, it's just technology that Harley's been lacking on. It's technology that's been around already for ages. Harley is now finally, adapting that technology. We saw what they've been doing with the Revolution Max. It's got similar technology. A lot of these other manufacturers have been doing this stuff for 10 years. A lot of these guys already have this technology. So it's not like they're copying, but it's more of meeting EPA, meeting Euro regulations and stuff like that. It's more along those lines, keeping the air cooled, a little bit modern. You guys see what's going on with some of the other manufacturers having issues with meeting demand as far as CARB, EPA, and then trying to keep these vehicles performing at its classes, trucks, automobiles. You guys could probably understand. I don't want to get off of topic too much. Know people who buy 50,000 motorcycles. 50,000 motorcycles generally stay in luxury hotels. I'm not sure what's going on. Are the highways over there filled with these things? Yes. Bags full. Camping equipment? No. Okay. So camping wise, for the CVO owners, I guess you guys also saw Professional Monkey. He has his own RV. He has his own, I guess that's what he's talking about. Seeing the CVO owners camp, ride, or whatever, go on long rides. Most of the people that could afford $50,000 to $60,000 bikes, of course, they're going to have their own trailer. They're going to stay in motels. $1 Million Bogan, of course, he stays in nice motels. Let's see what else. Something else. It's no doubt an impressive looking lump of machinery. Yes, it is a very good looking. I'm just respectfully wondering if there's mainly bought to actually go touring. So okay, that's what this guy's just referencing. So I mean, look, man, if you could buy it, you could buy it. Not everybody rides their bikes everywhere. There's plenty of folks out there that have these long touring bikes, and they do trailer them. And it is what it is. I mean, if people want to do that, they could do that. I never really saw an issue with it. I know Professional Monkey gets a lot of feedback or pushback because whenever he, of course, rides out or goes somewhere outside of, I guess, his city, he trailers the bikes. But if you guys seen his videos, he does have reasons to trailer because he's bringing bikes back. He has people. He also trailers, of course, his wife's bike. They go out, and then on top of that, he likes to have his own little, area, like in his RV, where he doesn't have to abide by, laws and requirements, motels, hotels, stuff like that. So it's nice to be able to have your own place, and so you can be comfortable and not have to do some of those other things that us peasants do. So let's just read a few more comments. So the backrest pad and better seat for the wife, and Screaming Eagle pipes and tuner. You're at roughly $7,000 out the door here in Tennessee. Just a guess, probably $70,000 out the door. Probably, yeah, that's about right. Yes, I would say $70,000 out the door. Looks great, much better than the CVO Rogue Light Limited. Oh, okay, yeah, they're talking about the $52,000 one. Yes, it's extremely heavy. I test rode it. I really enjoyed it with the 117 though. I mean, it's shockingly it was responsive for what it weighs. What is it, 900 and something pounds, almost 1,000. I've been wanting to purchase my first Harley, but spending 50 to 60, 40 to 50 on a motorcycle doesn't seem like a sound financial decision. No, it's not. All right. Motorcycles are not a necessity. I've already mentioned that. Not here in the United States, of course. Outside of the United States, it could be a necessity, but here in the United States, our roads are designed for, cages or automobiles. So, yeah, I mean, it really is a hobby for most people, maybe 90 to 95%. There's only a small amount of folks, especially Harley, a cruiser. It's different, maybe depending on your adventure rider or whatever. I mean that might depend, but yeah, 40 to 50,000. I mean anything, any luxury vehicle, anything along those lines. It's not a sound financial decision at all. I hate everything about new bikes except the engine. The late 2000s, they peaked looks wise, downhill ever since. I mean, the bikes look the same since 20, I'd say, depending on what model, but I mean, the bikes have looked the same for the last 20 years. They haven't really done much when it comes to the aesthetics of the bike. They haven't really done much. Jesus, all neat stuff, yet still no adjustable windshield. I don't know. It might be there. I've test ridden the Indians as far as the adjustable windshield, of course. I mean, I really don't know. I think it was neat on maybe on a hot summer day, highway riding, city riding. It might make a difference, but quite honestly, it does raise about maybe 4 inches, I believe. It goes down, and then you could raise it up 4 inches depending on the model. But yes, the Elites, they did have that function, and I believe the Challengers, they all do. It's neat, but I don't think it's a game changer. But yeah, it's about time Harley started adding some of this stuff. Sorry, I'm still dealing with the cold. But yeah, those were some of the comments. Overall, a very good looking bike. You guys can let me know in the comments. Sorry if this video ran a little bit long, but it's just I wanted to read some of the comments and just give you guys my own 2 cents on everything. So you guys stay out there, stay safe, don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.